Yeah, it wasn't the worst thing in the world.
Okay.
There's for sure like that was the worst thing in the world.
What's up, everyone? Today's video is very special because I got a coaching session from the greatest support alive. Yes, the one and only i0ki. Will he be impressed with my blitzcrank mechanics, or will he rip my gameplay apart? Go subscribe to his channel to see some much higher ELO gameplay and to see his perspective on this coaching session. Links, as always, are in the description box below. Now let's learn how to play this game, shall we? Twigger. I am a support main. Plat 2 was my plateau. So I'm trying to learn support from the greatest support alive and hopefully get some tips about how the hell I can get into that golden land that is Diamond.
Well, you're in the right place, because more importantly than getting you to Diamond, I want to tell you how to excel past that. Because as someone who has played in every single elo from Iron to, you know, Challenger, Twitch Rivals style or level of play, a lot, I would say like 98% of people that get to Diamond get stuck in Diamond 4.
Yeah.
So I don't want that to happen to you, bro, because listen, I've been there, okay? I was stuck in Diamond 4 for like literally 2 years, and it's just such a massive, as you said, plateau for people.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'm gonna, you know, equip you with the skills that you need to you know, not just get the Diamond. We want to shoot past it, all right?
So
okay, so starting off, I always, in my coaching sessions, tell you, you know, talk about what you're doing good so that you can continue doing it, and tell you what you're doing really, really bad so you can stop doing that.
There might be a lot of the bad.
Well, straight off the bat, I like that you're out of the base. You acknowledge that the game starts at 0 seconds, not, you know, a minute 30. I always, unless you guys are going for an invade, which is not unheard of with Blitzcrank, I always want to be getting both entrances boarded, or at least, you know, with your eyeballs on them. Yeah. So since my two teammates went this way, I would probably be at least coming this way to drop a ward and then reconnecting with them, because figure one of the things that you want to kind of like condition your brain to do is think about the absolute worst case scenario. So you guys are 3 here, right? You know, you're la tra la 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 la, you might go for an invade or something. The absolute worst case scenario is that all 5 of these guys are in their TSM Academy tryout and are beelining it for this bush right here. They're all 5 stacked and you don't know it. You know, maybe this invade works, maybe it doesn't. You come back to your blue buff and then you run into all 5 of them, right?
Yeah. So
you want to always be thinking about the absolute worst case scenario, because if you can condition your brain to be thinking about that, it's going to color like every single decision that you make. It's going to like it's going to color the wards that you put down. It's going to color the plays that you go for, because you're constantly going to be thinking about like, I mean, I could flash hook right here, but like worst case scenario, the jungler's right behind them. Yeah. And then even if their jungler's not, you've already thought more than 99% of League of Legends players, because even if the jungler's not there, you've at least thought about it, and then you're thinking about like, okay, well, he's not there because he's, you know, he's pathing topside, or we just saw him top. And it's just a really, really great way to like get that string of thoughts going. So I've said a lot about just drop the ward, bro. Drop the ward. Fair. Get both entrances covered, because worst case scenario, they could be there. True. So let's see what you guys do level 1. Now, Blitzcrank, what I want to be seeing you do is these types of invades. This is so season 7, man. Like everyone knows if you have a Blitzcrank or a Leona or a Thresh, you're going to be invading. I mean, they'd have to be like literally new to the game to like fall for this. So what I like to do is like kind of like an answer to the meta of everybody knows that Blitzcrank invades, is go for a really weird invade. Like go into the Dragon Pit and like hook this bush or hook this bush, because you remember that worst case scenario, you guys only have 3. Worst case scenario, they have 5 right here, and you guys get triple killed. I don't know if that's what happens, but that's what I like to do is Blitzcrank, just throw the hook. And then also what that does, more importantly, and this leads into laning phase, it lets you get down a ward that tracks their jungler to see if they're vertical jungling or not, or like invading and stuff. And it lets you get a reset to go back and get your red trinket. It's basically like a cheat code. If you put as a melee champion like Blitzcrank, that's like very much dependent on cheese and like whether or not they see you and know you're there and stuff like that. Yeah. It's a cheat code. If you put down your yellow trinket and then go back and get your red trinket, it's up by the time you get to lane. So it's like you've already gotten to use 2 trinkets before most people have even used 1.
See, I think I'm still in that dumb plat like mindset of like a lower ELO of like I almost never get my red trinket until I've completed my support quest.
Oh yeah. Super bad. I go back and swap my red trinket on even like enchanters and stuff like that. Like denial of vision is, I would say, even more important than like actually having vision when you're playing champs like Blitzcrank.
Yeah, because then I would have more bush control as well in lane, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can play around with it too. Like if you have all 3 of these bushes warded or swept because you have a red Trink coming into lane, you could literally just like, you could be sitting there. Like let's say they see you walk into this bush, but they don't have it warded because you swept it out, or they put a ward, you swept it, whatever. No ward, right?
Yeah.
They're sitting here, respecting you, and you've already recalled, and they don't know it.
Oh,
it's like you can do so much, and you know you could be halfway to mid lane, getting off a roam before they even know that you've left lane. Like denial of vision is so powerful in these types of champions.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. I'm gonna check your next game, Twigger. And if you haven't swapped out your trinket for red, I'm gonna be disappointed.
No, I have to. No, I have to.
All right. So one good thing I've seen is that you didn't waste your relic stacks on the first minion wave.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah. And I was pinging my Samira to go aggro level 2.
Yes. Always really good. So let's talk about matchup here. You guys have insanely good aggro. Not just your champions versus their champions. We got 2 immobile squishies versus big boy Blitzcrank. You guys have great synergy together, and you have 2 combat summoners, whereas they only have 1.
Yeah.
They've only got the exhaust. So exhaust is so freaking OP in this season. Like
so good.
Absolutely ridiculous. I genuinely don't even know why people bring heal anymore. It's such a worthless spell.
Oh, yeah.
So you have so many advantages. It's good that you're communicating with your ADC, you know, talking about power spikes and stuff like that. So now we're going to start hitting these. Yes. You know, their poke's annoying, but all right. So what I want to see on this level 2 is I just want to see a flash E. These guys are disrespecting you. Okay, they
start respecting me.
Yeah, they start respecting. So they, you know, we're not playing against literal trash. She's being a little hard on herself there. But all right, so now we just go for a flash hook, right? We do. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think this lands. Trading flashes against an Orianna support is so good, especially because you've got that Hex Flash. Yeah. Incredible trade there. I
pinged it as well just to let people know that like we're still good.
Like I did that on purpose.
I did on purpose. Come on.
Yeah. That's good. Super good. Would have been better to get the ADC's flash, but like it's just as valuable.
Yeah, the MF was a little bit more respectful of that level 2.
All right, so we're looking for some like Hex Flash cheeses out of bush. This is good. It's good that you're looking. Not finding anything. Now, you want to be thinking about like where they're going to path. With a champion like Blitzcrank, yes, there's a little bit of luck involved. Yes, there's a little bit of prediction, but you really can like kind of read people's body language.
Yeah.
And like, you know, people always instinctively dodge towards the safest area. But the safest area wasn't actually their turret here. It was behind their minions.
Yeah.
Right? So they really have no incentive to dodge backwards at all. So what you should actually just be doing is just walk up here and just don't let MF continue auto-attacking. Just walk at her and get an E off.
Yeah.
Because remember, we've got this combat summoners. Like, they cannot fight us. If you land the knock-up on MF there, Samira goes in. She's got that passive that extends the CC. We just walk at them there. We never land this hook because they're not in a position where they have to dodge backwards. Or really have to dodge at all. Like, it's, you know, 100%. It's just never going to work.
Yeah, true.
So she's been put into a position where it's like, it's doubly beneficial for her to path forward because one, she gets to 2v1 your ADC because you're not contributing anything. You're not pressuring her off backwards, and she knows she's not getting hooked. So
yeah.
So I think the play there was the Hex Flash is good. It's good that you're looking for those plays. Hex Flash and walk at her.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's easy.
I think patience is a big thing that I got to work on.
Yeah. Okay, so now we've been put into kind of a not ideal scenario because we cannot get these minions. Nope. We've been poked out. Some of this is our fault. Some of it's Mira's. Listen, you and the ADC are one in the same, my son.
Oh man.
We are all part of one circle of life until we roam and leave them and never see them again. Which you should have been doing about 10 seconds ago, by the way. So let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Immediately when you recognize that, like, okay, my ADC's dumpstered, it's over. We're not going to be able to crash this wave. She can't stay. She's going to back. I would say, like, literally right now, it's just roam time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't stay here. You can't protect her. And if you hook her, if you hook anyone, you're going to get her killed, right?
Yeah.
So literally nothing left to contribute to this lane. You need to let your ADC take a back here and just start running mid.
Yeah.
So we do eventually start running mid, looks like, at 310. I wanted to see this done at like 2:45, 2:50.
Yeah, yeah.
The second that you realize, because she doesn't need a babysitter to back, right? You don't need to
Sure.
like actually like sit there and watch her back. So let's see what's yeah, and like this is such a massive freaking time for a huge fiesta to go around or to go on in mid lane. So like getting here 20, 30 seconds earlier, like you guys probably just like wipe these guys. So unfortunately, yeah, I mean, like this isn't like directly your fault, but this is something that you could have turned around, right?
Yeah,
if you had just been 20 seconds faster on the roam here. Now, who knows what we actually get done here? Looks like it's a 1-for-nothing. All right, so we're you know it's Fiesta stuff mid, but once again we've realized that the play's not happening and we're still kind of just floundering around. It's the same thing we did down here.
Yeah.
You know those 5, 10, 20 seconds that we're kind of just like waddling around when the play is obviously like concluded. That could be 5, 10, 20 seconds that we could be back on the map. You know, taking our reset a little faster.
Yeah.
See, I don't think anything like this is ever gonna work. This is just one of those things where it's like our solo queue teammates are baiting us into thinking there's a play, but you need to be confident in your assessment and knowing when the play is over. Same thing that happened down here. Like we need to know Samir just needs to back. The play's over. I'm going mid. And the same thing here. Like it didn't work out. If we got here earlier, it could have, but there's no play left, right? Yeah. So you as a player need to be confident to just be like, okay, I'm taking my back. Play's over. But instead, we stick around for 20, 30 seconds.
You ever find that it's tough because, like, well, of course, being at a higher elo, you kind of know those things. So, like, I'm trying to, like, learn and adapt and figure that stuff out. But it's like when Riven is, like, spam pinging that she's going in on the Lucian.
100%.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. But what I've found is that you don't want to be, like, cementing your views of this game due to peers that are as good or worse than you. Yeah. You want to be listening to streamers. You know, you want to be listening to like looking at like how pro players move and how challenger players move and stuff like that. Like that's why like you should never take like flame seriously from people that are in your elo. Yeah. Okay, you know, if Biofrost comes into my stream and was like, yo, dude, that reset timer was kind of bad, or you should be building this, I'm gonna listen to him, right?
Yeah.
He's got credentials, right? On paper, he's, you know, a little more qualified than me. But like you know, if Captain Twinkie starts flaming you, why would you even give them the time of day? You know what I mean? And it's kind of the same thing with their pings.
Yeah,
like,
true.
You know, think of pings as more of like suggestions. Like, okay, my teammates think that's a correct play, but I, Twigger, know that I should have reset 10 seconds ago. All right, so let's see what we're looking at here. Once again, you know, this one's not really our fault. There's no way our health bar should be this low, but
she got poked so hard.
Yeah.
But I'm trying
really
to just at this point get as many relic stacks as I can for her to hopefully get her to reset after the wave.
Yep. And not much else you can really do here. I mean, it's good to look for those kind of plays, but honestly, you might have just killed her if you hooked that.
Yeah.
This is just really one of those unfortunate scenarios where it's like you get back to lane and you do actually have to be here or else she gets dove, but like there's no play to make. So you're kind of just like window dressing.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that this was kind of like an interesting kind of point like in this game overall, because it was a rough lane. Like we had that aggro like composition to go with, but the amount of poke that's the Samira kept taking, it was just so it forces me to roam a little bit more, which I like, but I should probably be doing that anyways. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, for sure. Also, this is a great timer to actually like get vision in the river. We know their bot laners have recalled, right? They're not just gonna like, you know, where else would they be? They're not on Dragon. They're not touching your plates anymore.
Yeah.
So this is one of those scenarios where it's like the worst case scenario if you come into this river is that you get tagged by Graves, and Graves is not going to kill you. You're an aftershock blitzcrank. It's kind of one of those things where it's like there's parts of the game, there's small windows of time in the game where a support can literally just play as if they're invincible, and this is one of them. Yeah. Now, when Graves gets 3 items, he's going to one-shot you. But like right now, you're both, you know, level 4 to 5. You got aftershock. This is a pansy ward, bro. You can do better than that. This really only lets you know if you're getting dove, and even then, it's too late. Because if they're committing to a dive, this is not going to stop them, right?
Yeah, I guess I was more concerned because of how much poke the Samira was taking. That it was like the next time that happens, which was probably going to be inevitable, a dive was happening. But you're right. Like if we see the Graves walking through this area, the dive is probably going to be successful anyways, right?
Right. And you
Yeah.
can tell if they're trying to dive, even if you get a ward out here or here or
Yeah.
here. Like you can tell from their movements, right?
And you get 5 more seconds out of that.
Yeah. So play as if you're invincible here. Walk through the river. Now, once Lucian starts moving into the river, you always need to be like kind of watching people's body language and like if you're here and all of a sudden Lucian's beelining for you, you've probably been spotted and you should like play a little safer.
I purposely went this way because I knew that they had the scuttle crab, so I tried to catch this out.
Yeah, this is pretty smart. So it's ended up being a 2v3.
Yep.
This should win for us. Now, the only thing that could make this not win for us is the worst case scenario is both bot laners have pathed like this.
Yeah.
And they're going to get there before Samira. Worst case scenario. And we don't know any of that because we didn't put a ward down in there.
I know.
But we're going to play the game that we were given. It's a 2v3. We should still win it. We're going to throw our hook before we die. Perfect. Good job.
Oof. But you're so right, yeah, because like if we had that ward, you're 100% right. The one way that we lose that one is the ball lane, and we would know that.
And yeah, look, turns out, they path bot like normal people. Actually, was Orianna going?
Kind of, yeah, she was actually going. It was just kind of already over. Yeah. Woo. Kind of glad I didn't see that part in game.
Mechanically well played. Good job. We got a kill. All right.
I'm going to hold on to that compliment because... I'm just gonna let that
else
soak in, baby.
We
can stop the coaching session here. That's good, man. Thanks for all the advice, the wards. It's great.
Oh, buddy, we've got much more to criticize.
we got a lot more. Like, she's already at half HP. Like, it's a kind of a brutal lane.
Yeah, this is a brutal lane, but she's also like walking up and giving minions a kiss when she could just like be playing much safer. But we're not here to coach Captain Twinkie.
Can we please?
Or maybe another day. All right, so we're just chilling. We're chilling. Yeah, it is quite unfortunate though. I mean, right here though, we could for sure be looking for hooks onto Orianna.
Yeah, I didn't have vision in that first brush, and she was playing way far at the back when I spotted her. So I didn't want to throw out a random hook, and I didn't have my trinket ward up.
Yeah.
It was a little awkward, but like, yeah, I totally agree because I think that's why I was playing up was like, if I get that Orianna, she's dead.
Yeah, but you said like you didn't want to throw a random hook. Okay, so like everybody knows the concept. I think it's even on like a loading screen that like sometimes not throwing the hook is just as as dangerous as throwing the hook or whatever.
True.
But also sometimes you can throw a hook for free and you don't lose anything. If it lands, cool, you get a kill. If not, okay, we play safe for the next 15 seconds. We're playing safe anyways. So it's like it's one of those things where it's like the risk reward is just entirely in our favor. It'd be like walking into a casino and like the casino is like, hey man, your first $50 bet is on the house. Bet on whatever you want. It's like, okay, bro, $50 on black. Let's go.
Yeah, fair.
You're not going to play safe with that money. You may as well. You got nothing to lose.
Yeah, you're right. Because if I just throw a hook, if I get her, she's dead. And if not, we just play back.
Exactly. Don't gamble, though, guys. Don't gamble. Hey, by the way, big shout out to Twigger's channel. This dude's about to hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. So, hey, everybody watching this on my channel, go sub to Twigger. The dude's cool.
No.
He makes good stuff. He's no i0ki, but he's there can only be one. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's true. it's the far. I'm the budget no name brand. Yeah. God,
all right, we got Echo moving down.
Yeah.
Now this is another kind of unfortunate. I wish we had a different ADC, but I always wish I had a different ADC. So we got Echo in the bot side now. Now is a great time to like burn flashes again. Yeah. Like trading flashes here is just always good. Like right around this timer too, because what they're gonna do is they're either not gonna react to it and you're gonna land the hook and you'll probably die. It'll be like a 1-for-1. But just getting them to use all spells on you like 5 seconds before Echo ganks means they have nothing left to survive this gank with. Like you don't actually have to wait until he is here ready for the gank.
Yeah.
To like begin the gank, if that makes sense. Oh my! I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I don't know how that landed, to be honest. I'll take it.
I'd be pissed. Yep, that's good. But the only thing I can critique here is that like just start the fight. Like as soon as you have a read on Echo and know that like, okay, he is actually ganking. Because sometimes people come over here and then like leave. As soon as you know that he's actually ganking,
Yeah.
like just go for it. Like start it now. Like flash ear right now. It procs your
Yeah.
aftershock. It makes you tanky. She can't hit you back because she's under a turret. So be willing to start the gank like 5 seconds before the gank actually starts.
You're right. I think I was thinking too much about my ADC as well because she's at like a quarter HP.
Oh yeah.
So for some reason, I was probably thinking about like the 2v2 and yeah, you're right. If I just engaged, we were gonna get the same thing done, but it probably would have happened quicker, and then maybe Graves wouldn't have been able to join as fast.
Yep. All right, so that was a freebie. That was a 1 for nothing, right?
Yep.
Very nice.
And so, do you still agree with Aftershock on Blitzcrank? I've seen some like glacial augments and things like that. Like
I've seen glacial. I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's good on Nautilus and Thresh. I really kind of think that Blitzcrank still needs Aftershock, especially because it's like so consistent. Like it's weird because if you go glacial, the glacial actually like procs where you land the hook. Yeah, it's really awkward, and you like pull him out of it.
Yeah, true.
It's really weird and not super ideal. It's not bad, but like you wouldn't be able to make a lot of the plays that like I've been saying that you should make, like flash E them under the turret if you didn't have Aftershock. Like if you have glacial there, you probably still just get blown up. Yeah. So I think that especially because tank supports are not like the absolute reigning kings of solo queue like they used to be. I think you probably do need the tankiness of Aftershock. Yeah, I looked at your runes. Runes looked good. The only thing I would consider swapping out is you went second wind. I would swap that for bone plating. Bone plating is just so broken, man.
Oh
like, I understand the thoughts that like these guys are really, really pokey, so you'll probably get a lot of value out of it. But like when you think about it, you're really not ever getting poked that much. Like you're pretty much like 60% or higher HP. Like she's getting poked. Yeah. But like we're not really even getting poked that much. Yeah. I wish I could see how much second wind. Oh, there we go. Second wind. 309 healing. So it's not terrible. It's not a bad rune. Yeah, it's actually quite good in this matchup. But bone plating is just so broken that
I tend to go bone plating. But yeah, I think I was just like watching some other streamers do it, and some said like second wind was decent versus a poke lane. So I figured I'd give it a try. And you're right, like it wasn't bad, but yeah, I did kind of miss the bone plating.
Yeah, it's bone plating's broken. All right, so let's see what we're doing here.
Getting poked. It's a fun lane.
Yeah, it's pretty miserable, but we'll find the nice thing about Blitzcrank is that they get to, they basically have to make the correct play like 50 times, and you only have to make the correct play 1 time.
Yeah, that's why I love the champion, to be honest.
Yeah, that's Blitzcrank. That's Blitzcrank.
And what do you feel about Blitzcrank like in the current meta? Like I was talking to a couple other support mains, and like I used to play a ton of Leona, and I watch a ton of your streams to fucking learn Leona. But she was like one of my favorite champions. But for some reason now she's good, but I find in solo queue she's a little bit tougher than a lot of like enchanters and hook champions.
Yeah. Like I said, tank champions are in a really weird spot. Leona especially. Yeah. Leona is not like a weak champion.
No.
And I'm trying my hardest to not be biased towards it at all because I'm someone who has like literally 10,000 games of Leona. Yeah. Played at a high level. So like I know the champion inside and out. She's not bad at all, but she's comparatively bad to how strong she's been the last like 3 or 4 seasons. Yeah. So it's like, and there's so many genuinely strong champions right now. Now Blitzcrank has the advantage of being super strong as a counter meta measure. Like there's so many squishy enchanter players or enchanter champions being played right now. Yeah. The Blitzcrank, like I said, you need to make the right play 1 time, and it's like you've won. And thank God you locked in Blitzcrank. Nautilus, again, is just like kind of struggling. I think the best tank champions right now are probably Blitzcrank and Nautilus. Not because they're actually good at like tanking and absorbing and frontlining and stuff like that, but it's just like they can pick someone if you land one good hook.
That's it. Like there have been so many times where I've made a flawless Leona play on the exact right champion, and it doesn't work out. But Blitzcrank, you land that one hook.
Yep.
Like fight's over.
Yep. Another champion, and then we'll get back to the game. But another champion that's like super strong in the current meta right now is Pyke. Not because Pyke is a good champion, but because Pyke is really good against all the champions being played right now.
Yeah, true.
All right, so we got our level 6. I need to kind of refresh myself on this state of the game here.
We take a bunch of poke, and I walk around getting relic procs.
Okay. But level 6, we got like a massive power spike here.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we got the okay. So I'm seeing something a little fishy going on. Do you see the problem?
I'm currently going to clear a ward in the river, and I'm letting my ADC probably get engaged on.
You are not standing between these bot laners and the bot and their target.
Yep.
That is literally like what you're supposed to do as a support. Like always, like I see so many supports like during dragon team fights walking up and DPSing the dragon. It's like, guys, hit the dragon. That's not your job. There are literally entire roles designed to hit the dragon and DPS them. You're not playing one of them. Like be out here, play the bush, clear the vision, stand between the enemy team and the dragon. Do the exact same thing. You know, pretend your ADC is a dragon if you want. But like, yeah, walking this far away and just like not putting anything in between here. Like this is a really thin wave. There's no turret. There's nothing keeping them from just like pathing forward onto your ADC.
Yeah.
And it's a very it's a very small window, but there's going to be players that take it. So you need to be able to immediately catch yourself when you are not in between them and the thing that they want.
I love how Blitzcrank even looked like, oh shit. He turned around like, oh no. Like, you're right. It was literally the moment that I walked up there. Like, because I didn't even enter the brush, but it was like the moment that started, I knew that I fucked up.
Yeah, but it's also, you know, I'm not making excuses for you. Obviously, this ADC should be spacing correctly too. Like they're pushing this wave into us. Like count the like it's going to push into us. Count the minions.
Yeah.
Like they're 100% just going to shove it into us. All we have to do is be patient, which also means that you don't even need to be walking toward here because you're going to be under your turret in like 15 seconds. Yeah. So mistake on you for removing yourself between the bot laners and what they want. Mistake on the Samira for, you know, being an ADC and not respecting the fact you're leaving, but also like, why are we warding? Yeah. If anything, we can just ward here. It's going to do the exact same thing. Like we can't defend this ward, you know?
I think I was just going because I knew that they had a pink ward in there, and I saw that the Echo, I think the Echo had pinged that he was coming down bot. So a part of me wanted to clear that pink ward prior to the wave crashing in and then hex flash back over the wall. That was my thinking.
Yeah, too complex, complex. Yeah. Always be thinking about where the wave is. This wave right here is going to dictate every action that you can take. Like it's when you break League of Legends down, it's so simple. Like if you're looking to do a dragon, push your wave. If you're looking to get a gank, let them push you. Right? Like everything that we do is so dictated. Now, if we want to clear this ward, if there's a ward there that we can clear, yeah, we push the wave first then. Yeah. Not that that's always possible, but if pushing the wave is not possible, then clearing the ward also isn't. Or else we see what happens, right? But yeah, just the simplest rule of thumb is always just look at the wave and let the wave dictate what you can do. Yeah. All right, nice. Freebie. Good job.
And I let Echo take it. Oh yeah, that was a brutal fight.
All right, this seems a little ambitious. It may even have a good result, but I feel like we should not be. Well, yeah, okay, bad result, but I mean, you know what was wrong there, right? Like we can't be walking into their jungle like that. Not especially because we just sent MF back and she has gold on us. So like you know, ADCs are obviously the class that like benefit from longer fights. The longer this fight goes on, one, their ADC just bought. Two, their ADC is better than ours. Three, she's going to get there first, right? Because the fight's on their side of the map. So it's just like, you know, setting a ward down if we had a control ward here would have been good. But I think we just take the Orianna kill, shove in the wave, make them come respond to this, and then
call it.
We go from there. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think it was just an evade with the Echo felt strong, but
yeah. One of the best. When I was on a Twitch Rivals team, we had a professional coach, and he told me something that like literally changed the entire way that I thought about League of Legends. He said that League of Legends is actually a turn-based game, and every turn you have a like predetermined amount of tempo, like moves that you can do, right? Yeah. We used all of our moves killing this Orianna, and it was good. It was a good move. We push this in, and then we don't overstay our turn because now it's the enemy's turn, right? MF has bought. She's spent gold. She's going to be here before our ADC. It's their turn.
Yeah.
League of Legends is actually a turn-based game. Everybody thinks it's a MOBA. It's not. It's a turn-based game, guys.
That's really interesting, actually. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah. And I'll point out some more times because both teams are going to make, like, that's like the most common mistake in League of Legends is overstaying your turn.
Yeah.
And like, it just turns the game into, like, such a simple equation when you think about it that way.
I'd appreciate if you didn't continue thinking about it that way, because there's going to be a lot more examples of that exact problem. If you could forget what that coach told you, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll try. All right, we're on top side of mid. I'd probably be hovering closer to this side since our next objective that we're playing for is Dragon.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, be leashing this guy for us. We don't really even care about anything that's up here. There's no objectives, nothing to put wards down for. And we can assume that the enemy team is also playing for Dragon.
Yeah.
So, like, just being up here and clearing vision is pretty worthless. Any wards we put up here are worthless. Everything that we should be, you know, all of our resources should be, going towards, like, securing this Dragon.
Yeah.
And everything that we do should be going towards this Dragon, like clearing this wave.
Yeah.
Because remember, we push our waves before we do anything. This is good. We have complete setup of the Dragon. It's great. Where's your control ward, bro? Is this yours? How do I check? We can assume this one's yours.
I think that one's mine. Yeah.
All right. We'll assume.
At least I'm going to take credit for it for right now.
Yeah. That's not a bad hook, by the way. That's a good look. But now our hook is down for like another 10 seconds.
Yeah, and Samir's not
so
even close.
This is probably one of those scenarios where it's like not throwing the hook is more valuable.
Yeah.
Just because they can't actually like walk through here. Your positioning is great though. You're playing the bush. You're getting vision of them. You're standing in between what they want and them.
Yeah.
But when you use that hook, you're no longer.
It doesn't matter that I'm standing there.
Yeah, you're not an obstacle anymore.
Yeah.
It's like literally as soon as you throw it, like they start coming through.
Yeah.
But you know, if you landed the hook, it could have been a good result. So it's like it's not a terrible play. We got the Dragon stolen. We lose the fight. Yada yada yada.
Yep.
All right, plated steel caps. Goodbye. Really goodbye.
Yeah, I think it made more sense for like, even though Orianna was annoying as hell, I just felt like they're so AD heavy.
Yeah, and she's going to be progressively less and less annoying as the game goes on.
Yeah, exactly.
And
she probably won't be aiming for me.
Right, and the pokiest supports, they're really only poke supports like in laning phase, because not a lot of like supports can actually like walk up and harass you when we get to like this stage of the game.
Yeah, true.
So plated steel caps, goodbye. I think that boots are one of the biggest like miss itemizations that people do as support. Like people get so stuck in this rut where they're like, I'm Blitzcrank, I have to go Moby boots. It's like, first of all, Moby boots suck. I'm just gonna say it. Moby boots are not good anymore unless you get like a double kill in lane and both of the kills went on you, and you can get Moby boots at like 4 minutes into the game. Moby boots are really bad. But also, like defensive boots are so much better. And
I felt like we were kind of past the laning roaming phase. It was now going to be more joining with the team. So me surviving after a hook seemed better.
Yep. All right, so I think the play we're going for is we're walking into alcove to possibly cheese, but it looks like both of us we didn't think about the absolute worst case scenario, right?
No.
So this is just a mistake. She gets out. She gets a flash. It's fine. Make sure you get your relic, buddy.
I pinged it a bunch, and she still auto-attacked it.
But you did it. You could have auto-attacked it here.
Because I was going for the loot. Look at how close this hook was, though. I know I could have. I know.
But even once the hook misses, like
true, you're right.
we path forward.
Realize that.
It's all good. It's all good. It's just another example of like we need to learn when the play is over.
Yeah, true. Yeah, there was definitely time to auto that.
Poggers?
Yeah, I can't run in.
Almost poggers.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of like echo baiting you into it, but like I don't want to let you off the hook like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
Oh yeah, no.
yes, we got baited by Echo, and like Echo shouldn't have baited us, but the misplay was still we got baited by Echo, right?
Yeah.
Like we can always be communicating with our jungler. You ever watch any Nice videos?
Yes, tons.
Pinglish, bro.
Yep, true.
The best language in the game.
Yeah, I think I was following because he was doing decently well this game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I was kind of...
Yeah, it's not like the worst mistake ever. That's not like a game-ending thing. I always play for jungle. The golden rule of climbing as support is playing for jungle. So, if your jungle is popping off like that, yeah, you probably go for that play.
And we did have good Pinglish, actually. We were pinging each other quite a bit, and we do make some good plays, but...
Bro, secret agent MF or what?
Yeah, I know. I don't know what she was doing there, but it was amazing.
Cracked.
I'm glad because I'm actually now finally seeing the gold differential.
It's pretty rough. We're behind in pretty much everything. We're down in levels. You wanna know something kind of cool though?
Mm-hmm.
When you're down in levels, now let me see. You guys are down a total of 2 levels. That might not be enough to trigger it. Let me see. It's not enough to trigger it, but when you're down in a certain amount of levels, like you're probably just above the threshold. There's actually a mechanic in the game that will passively make the enemy team's minions stronger.
Oh.
So the winning team has stronger minions, which means that they basically push minions into you. Yeah. Now that's a huge trade-off because one, having their minions here means that they have vision of like all this, right? They know you're not in all this.
Yeah.
But it also like is a nice way to like funnel experience and gold into you. So like, yeah, like just roaming and just letting Samira like freeze this or do whatever she wants with the wave. Like the enemy ADC and bot lane have essentially lost access to an entire wave's worth of minions just because they're winning.
Yeah, true. I didn't know that. Wow.
And also, yeah, I'm not sure it's triggered in this game, but there is that is a mechanic that like no one knows about, and also is like not documented anywhere. But mostly what's letting this minion wave push is the fact that like you don't have a turret, and it's the exact same result, right? Like the wave's gonna push all the way to us. Rule of thumb. Now it's good to see you sweep in your own jungle because rule of thumb when you're behind in a game, you want to be warding your jungle. When it's a close game, you want to be warding and contesting vision in the river.
Yeah.
And when you're ahead, of course, where do you ward?
In the enemy team's jungle.
There you go, baby. You're meant for greatness.
Oh, man.
Now, definitely should be playing topside here, though. It's good that you, like, drop a ward or two for your ADC. I want to see you be playing topside, though. She doesn't need you here. You know, if she gets dove, it's not the end of the world anyways. You definitely want to be here playing with your jungle and the rest of your team. As like it's just like not our turf anymore. You know what I mean? Like we can't walk through here. Lost both our tier 1s. We're making a pretty good push up top. This is definitely where you should have been from the get-go.
Yeah, it's true. I wasted like a minute and a half and I also had to waste my flash because I didn't go there.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's like as you get better at like reading, it's almost like when you're playing support, you have to look where the play is going to be in like 30 seconds. Because if you see where the play is, you know, like let's say you've lost vision of the enemy roaming pike and he ganks top and you're bot. Yeah. There's no way for you to respond to that, right? No. You can make some sort of like a counterplay bot, like maybe dive in 2v1 or something, but that play is already gone. So you're an idiot if you like walk from bot lane to top lane chasing the play. And if you ever find yourself like kind of doing like this, where it's like the play has already happened, but we're like walking up there, we're chasing it. We need to be our brain needs to be looking, you know, 30-35 seconds ahead. Where's the play going to be there?
Yeah. All
right. This is just like, you know, uncoachable fiesta. It happens. It happens.
True. I might have actually hooked the Orianna ball into us. So I'm glad you went right by that. You went right by that part. I appreciate that.
They deserved it, bro.
That's the uncoachable moment right there.
All right, let him clear this. You know, if you're the one sweeping it, okay.
I pinged it and he just kept on doing the Raptors. Yeah, I do know that trick, but it's amazing how many people don't know it.
No, it really is incredible, because it's literally like Yeah, it's doubling the amount of gold that your team gets.
Yeah.
And it's 30 gold. That's not insignificant.
Yeah. And the amount of times I've pinged something like that and somebody will go, stop pinging me. I'm like, do you not? Okay. I get it.
That's even worse when like in 80s, you know, someone jungle is sweeping and he just like one shots the ward before you can even touch it. You're like waddling over to it as Blitzcrank or something.
I got you. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let me see what happened here. We got a Fiesta, and once again, we're the last of the play, which is concerning because that kind of feels like this is a trend, this is a pattern of us chasing the play, and that can be like really frustrating. And I hear so many people talk about this, like, you know, in like bronze and silver, and it's like, man, like my teammates die before I can even get there, and it's like, okay, you probably should have been there then.
Yeah.
Like you should be the one starting the play. You should be the one making the enemy's teammates die before they can get there.
Yeah.
So being the last of the play as the support is a pretty bad, it's a bad look for the role, just because like the way our role is designed is we don't really have any obligations. We don't have to take, we don't have to be catching waves. You know, we don't have to be top lane like this Riven does, right?
Yeah.
So always try to be.
It was just because I was clearing those wards in the jungle, but it was only like one ward.
Mm.
Oh god, I think this.
All right, and then this is just like not knowing like the limitations of enemy champs.
Oh, just wait.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think you said earlier like you have a issue with patience. So do I.
Yeah,
100%. So do I, because in my mind I want to be like looking for a play here, but there's just no play, and they're gonna shove it. You know, same thing as earlier. If we just wait 15 seconds, we're gonna get all the resources spoon fed into us.
Yeah. And it was also just me being forgetful that he had Gale Force as well. Like it was just.
Yep.
Just wasn't smart.
But it looks like they actually overcommitted on you. Not bad. We don't want to take.
You want to talk about overcommitment?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about overcommitment, brother.
Yeah, but that's one of those things that like it's something that I as a player as for sure like struggled with for a long time. But over the last like 2 years, I have like not allowed myself to take credit for my bad play that had a good result. You know what I mean? Like this is a bad play by us.
Yeah.
It has a really good result. But my least favorite type of player is the type of player that like, okay, I'm sure you've seen it a million times. The support that gets caught out and dies for free, but then their team happens to win 4v5, and then they all chat like, focus the support more, idiots.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like, bro, you were the free kill. You're like, you're getting carried, man. Like, don't take credit for your bad plays that had a good result. Because all that will do is reinforce you to continue making them. And 85% of the time, they're not going to have that good result.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to be really, really disciplined and like not allowing yourself to be like, oh, I didn't die and my team got kills. Guess that was good because it was bad.
See, now I should have finished my B there, I feel.
I think staying here is fine. I think the play is like still continuing.
Yeah.
You know, these guys are overextending their tempo, their turn, if you will.
Yeah.
But I think there's probably something still to be gained from it.
Oh, there is.
If we land the hook, so it's not like wrong.
Okay.
Literal correct macro. Yeah, everybody finishes their back there. The play is over. Yeah. But solo queue macro, the play's still going, and you're playing a coin flip champion. May as well throw it.
Okay, yeah. I kind of felt like when I was playing that, like at least when I was in the game, I was like, when I died, I was like, that was really dumb, and i0ki's gonna rip me apart.
that was like the one thing I didn't rip you apart.
I know, that was shocking, because in my mind, I was like, oh, you're so dumb. You stayed at a quarter HP, you missed your hook, you fed the Lucian. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those things. The same way that you don't want to like, we'll just move on. Yeah, it wasn't the worst thing in the world.
Okay.
There's for sure like that was the worst thing in the world. I found it. I found the worst thing in the world.
Come on. Macro mechanics. It's like 14 gold right there. Oh god.
All it cost you is 14 gold and your pride.
Yeah. I mean, not a ton of pride there to begin with, but you're right.
All right. I like this. We need to be moving through this entrance, of course. This one is heavily defended. And you got to think about like when you're playing a hook champion, it doesn't necessarily where your teammates are is just as important where you are. Because even if like best case scenario you land a hook, they're over here now.
Yeah.
So this choke is harder to get through, further from the objective, and the rest of your team is over here. So for sure, just like I would say the second I saw Lucian there, just backpedal and come with my team here.
That would have been smart.
But we are coming through separate entrances. Let's see what happens. This is just Fiesta. Okay, we lose. I think you need to be more willing to just like take the guaranteed CC. Like this could be a rough game for Blitz, but this could be anyone's rough game on Blitz. You know what I mean? Like the best Blitz player in the world is not going to land every single hook, but the worst Blitz player in the world is going to land every single E. So it's just like in a scenario like this where it really, really matters if you get your aftershock and your CC off.
Yeah.
I think you've got plenty of time to just run up on them. Because
I think I need to work on that because you're right. I do throw out too many hooks prior to just running because I could have easily just run up on that Orianna and Eid.
Yeah,
or even
and
the
it's
Graves.
and it's like think of like the risk reward ratio again. Like the risk of you taking that hook is pretty high because now you don't have your aftershock. You're missing half your damage, and they're not CC'd properly. You know, if they're like a mobile champion, maybe they get their dash off, their whole combo. Just walk up to them, just run at them. Because when you run at them, it triggers like a fight or flight sensation in them, man. Because like they really do. They freak out or they do that thing where they dodge themselves to death.
True. Yeah.
Because they think you're gonna throw the hook.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. And then you just walk up and get the guaranteed E. So it looks like we win this fight pretty hard. Good hook. There we go.
Yeah, I landed one. Let's go.
There we go.
We knew we had it in him. Yeah, that's where Echo and I actually had some great communication.
Well, good. Okay, this was an incredible turn, right? Going back to the turn-based thing.
Yeah.
We got the dragon. We got deep vision. We cleared out vision. We press the B button right now. Right here. Right now. There you go. Nope. Hey! Player! There you go.
Oh, man.
You know, this is like really nitpicking.
Oh, yeah.
But like, just press B here, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
they're all dead. They have to catch this wave. You'll see them coming. Your blitzcrank with aftershock up. No one can even kill you, even if they like worst case scenario Nard jumps over this wall or something. But he's not going to because he has to catch this wave.
Yeah.
So remember, go back to that letting the wave dictate what you can do. Your wave's pushing into them. They have to catch it. They're not going to go for you over the wave.
Yeah, I don't even think I had any like trinket wards available, and like I don't think I had anything available to even utilize, so I don't know what was. And it's so funny because like now that you mentioned like the whole like it's a matter of turns and seconds and things, if you took all of the times that I've wasted 10 to 30 seconds, right, I probably have 4 or 5 minutes of non-usable support time.
Yeah, and it's like those 4 or 5 minutes could like, you know, sometimes getting to a fight 5 seconds earlier than the enemy support like determines the whole thing, which can determine the whole game. Or maybe you get to a wave before it crashes, and like that's an entire level of experience that you could have just because of these, you know, 10 seconds of dawdling and not taking our recall as soon as the play's over. Like that was an incredible play, incredible turn, great result. You guys wiped him, got the dragon, deep vision, everything. Just press B.
Yeah,
it's over. Let's go. And I know I'm really harping on this, but if you got your back off, you know, 10 seconds earlier, you would not be the last one to the play again.
True. Yeah, true.
And, you know, maybe find a hook, or maybe she doesn't take all that damage and waste her, what's it called? Shield bow.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know she actually,
just like, I'm seeing some really good stuff, and I'm seeing some like fundamentally bad stuff, but like the bad stuff is super easy to correct.
Yeah.
Like it's just like you knew that you had to back there. It's just discipline and training yourself to recognize, okay, we've done everything. Like I went down the checklist, everything. Time to press B.
Yeah.
And just get those off 5-10 seconds earlier, and it's gonna change your entire game because you are going to be the one with the first foot forward.
Yeah.
All right. So usually in this like mid elo, like gold to platinum, usually I've done a lot of coaching. Usually right around this time, the game becomes like pretty uncoachable, and it's just like becomes a matter of which team gets caught, throws Baron, and ends the game. but we'll see if there's still some learning to be done.
Yeah, I also put a ward in the middle of the lane. I heard that one was a good one to do, so you can start noticing them walking across and see their pathing.
It is good. This is actually a good ward.
Okay.
It's one of those things where it's like you have to consciously know you're doing it though. Like
Yeah.
if you've just been told it's good and you don't really understand why it's good, then it's bad.
Yeah, true.
But
Yeah,
like,
true.
but it sounds like you know exactly what you're looking for when you place that ward.
Yeah.
This timing of the game, it is pretty good because a lot of waves are crashing right here. You know, waves going back and forth depending on who has tempo. I for sure would have dropped when you're over here control ward on the Baron. It is the easiest, most low effort way to pressure a team ever. Because if you have the control ward on here, every single time like 2 members of your team go missing, they start freaking out.
Yeah.
And they start wondering, are they on Baron? Oh shit, we should go check Baron. And that's when you can start, you know, doing like a 2-step process of like, okay, I know they're gonna have to eventually check Baron, even if we're not on it. Now we can start playing Bush. I'm playing a catch champion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So literally just set it there and forget about it if you want. More advanced stuff, set it there, and then think about what their enemy's reaction to no longer having vision on Baron is going to be. But like literally, you're already in the area, so just for sure always drop it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you already know this. Always drop it right here. I see people put it here. I see people put it here. Put it here, 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 here. Drop it right here, right in between her toenails, because that sees the entire pit, and it sees like right out to here.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's just min-maxing how much vision you actually get. Same thing with Dragon. Always drop the control ward right here. Sees the entire pit. Sees out here.
Yeah. And it's one of those, like, Blitzcrank might be a little bit of a lucky champion, but you're right. With those control wards, you're kind of making your own luck a little bit, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I like that. Okay. That was a weird animation. All right, so we do know that we don't have our ADC, but this, I still think it's a really good play. The only thing that I don't like is that we're doing this with so little vision. Like, we should actually wait until someone responds to this. Remember, letting the waves dictate the plays that you make?
Yeah.
Someone is going to respond to this. And that person is probably actually going to go through this area right here.
Yeah.
You know, they may come straight from base, or they may go like the super safe way. But if they do, Riven probably thinks a turret. But like, let the wave dictate the play. Don't actually like force it this hard. I think I like that you're being so proactive here, and it is good follow up, hooking the stun target. But they were probably gonna like walk straight to you, which means you get the jump on them.
Yeah, I think it was mainly just because the Echo was pinging it, and then he put his W down, so I felt obligated to go in. But we had seen the Orianna walk in and out of that brush, so that's why I didn't want to go in there. Like, it turned out, but you're right. I don't think it was the like optimal way to play that.
Right, not the optimal way to play it.
Yeah.
But good follow up. For sure, good follow up. For the play that you guys were, you know, the hand that you were dealt, you played it well.
Okay.
All right, now we're going to. I mean, it's probably just like a take an inhib and back. Okay, we don't get inhib, that's fine.
Yeah, I was pinging them to B because we only had like the one dead, and everybody had already gone B. So.
Yeah, and this is one of those scenarios where like one person drops, and then because they all just came out of their base and spit their gold, they can do Baron.
Oh yeah.
And you can't even contest it because you haven't even backed yet.
Yep.
So if I asked you right now, which team do you think has tempo? You guys are up by 3K gold. Which team do you think has better tempo right now?
I would say them right now.
Yes, for right now, because they can.
They've B'd. We have to go B now to spend our, because right now we've got a whole bunch of gold, but it's in our pockets.
Yep. There's a trick question. I thought I could trick him, guys.
No.
I thought by pointing out the fact that you guys had more gold, that you would just say you.
See, I've watched enough high elo streamers.
Good stuff, man.
I just can't apply. I'm trying to apply it to the game, but the knowledge is in there. It's the ability we got to work on. And actually applying the knowledge, that's another thing.
All right, I think we're still sitting on 2 control wards going back, aren't we? Why are we not dropping these?
That's a good question. Because
all right, just drop them.
Yeah, should be.
Because you've been put into the same scenario that I was talking about earlier. You have absolutely no vision of Baron, so like now you kind of have to check it.
Yeah. Once again, I'm going to be the last person at this fight.
I mean, the fight should honestly probably be taking place around Baron, but yeah, it's not. So don't be the last of the fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, correctly, correct macro. I think you guys probably just like control the Baron pit, make him walk into you. But it's a 3-for-1. We got lucky. We coin flip the better players. We get Dragon. Yeah, the rest of this game I think is just going to be uncoachable. So I'm going to let it play out. Mostly, I think we've covered a lot here. Do you have any questions? Because like we covered stuff from like micro to macro, decision making, itemization, concepts. Start thinking about the game as a turn-based game. Use your turn up. Use it to the highest potential. Limit test a little if you have to. That's how you become a better player. But understand that there's a limit to every turn. You can't just stay out on the field. There's a reason there's a recall button, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, if you have any questions now, or you know where to find me on Discord or anything like that, man. Like,
Yeah, 100%. No, I appreciate it. Like I think like I've got some fundamentals that can carry me decently, but I think you're right. Like you brought up just so many times that there's so much time that I've wasted doing a bunch of things that are completely unnecessary, that if I took those out, right, I've got another 5 minutes of proactive support play, which you could see in several points of that game. If I was there earlier, if I had beat earlier, there were huge opportunities, and this game probably could have ended 7 minutes earlier rather than us having to do that back and forth. So no, it's just that mindset that I need to get into and teach myself that the play is over, the turn's done, hit the B button, don't dilly-dally, run to the fight, be that proactive support, especially if I'm playing an engaged champion like Blitz, right?
There you go, man. Sounds like you got it, brother.
I appreciate it, man. I really, really do.
Yeah, no problem. Everybody remember to check out Twigger's channel. Check him out. He makes some great content. Does like fun off-meta stuff I've seen. But yeah, and Twigger, you've got a great attitude. There's no doubt in my mind you're hitting diamond this season.
Well, and I think with the tips that you give me, I better.
Yeah, you better. True. Don't make me look bad.
I know I can't make you look bad. Overall, I was pretty happy with this game. Definitely some mistakes and quite a bit of wasted time in game, but hopefully with i0ki's coaching and tips and tricks that he gave me during this session, Diamond should be an easy next step. Thanks again to i0ki for this coaching session. Be sure to check out both his YouTube and his Twitch channels out. You will not regret it. If you enjoy these types of collaboration videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comment section below who you'd like to see me collaborate with next. My name is Twigger, and I'll catch you all next time.